Debi ada de be kan say mo Akwaba na yesa dase se ugo so hwe eye Onia TV emre bia ye beto safre wo no se be hwe no wutimi be hwe wo hwe omre na akasema be dunson na fe no nson abo e wo Ghana nyina agi atum se no ene professor bi frame o say se ontiemfi Onua aya no nhye dan jindi ti Captain Mehel, all right. Akwatia is green. Catch one of Pansa Bana ya 2 and now pay 5 a.m. near 2 year. If you catch us say green. So now Akwatia is green. Out of 119 polling stations, 110 Abiduaka Naipe. NDC is leading with 3,100 votes. NDC Aji Akwatia. Isi baba be kaba me ka cho omaje apia ku bi da wa ha koyo eben fenuku and so e wa ha but the aya no Akwatia is atasa aza sa tem de free na ba atasa
What you say?
Oye za de free na ba those boys need you to say atasa
Intercede. Boys need you so. What you just say?
I think I say captain to me every day the meaning of that. My name is an free because Go beside me pa Tessa and I say
Friday I bet you about the possible is Akwatia is atesa. Obi any swag and excavator operator versus lawyer. Akwesi. Excavator operator no went to be engineer na so. When to be an excavator na nyehwe. Ama lawyer na when no. See.
That means global info analytics the omoka no abroad okra. Because they predicted 53%, but out of 119 polling stations, 110 abba so far. And NDC's candidates are 54.81%, with a vote margin of 3,100. And clearly, Abroso.
I didn't yes. Yeah. Castle here, no, Unia catch a wa. No one until no say I'm no casino. Yeah, Akwatia we are nessa. I can 9 polling stations, sir. On the Kwakwa so now I saw 119 polling stations. No?
Yeah.
Then see, Akwatia is a gone, it's a Tessa. Akwatia is a Tessa. No. See, but there are a few things, sir. Let me monitor events on Onia TV. My catch say about elections, so they are. Say Ghana had the Yamantiasia station be any krumha. From one more cabro for one more kandagati, more kafrafra, kadain, a ban elections of the are. Yeah. And this I want it. See, and I say, young friend, to what I say, what that and we want it. Yakani Muguni ever bohana.
Yes, sorry, I could feel.
Yes, I could feel easy, but so Nipan and 7 were Pija Costro, Nature say. Yane obi awie na few things because so metete yesi ono ba fenyo markings ko baby ko wa posters but mtiemu yie no na nya ade a chese afenyo markings ko wa posters bia o baby a akase toda ya na elections no etese akwanhia information we beba no na post for bedan no na fire service for bedan no agi bibia si awie na ade na no adwena yetimi ehunu se de yete Bakwa mi hu ye no na polling station a omokoto aba wo ho no.
Okay, and posters
na NDC candidate the posters e wo ho. Etia Ghana abato omra.
They wrong. Yes.
Etia Ghana abato emra. Ti de koba ene say ye ntiase. Okasa ontiase a or you right because emra no e makwan sa e no mo hwe. I think say one of the NPP chairman bi no on the microphone, go on and was
Buga Chamabuga.
On the day, Hannah.
Chamabuga.
On also cry or Yadia or one polling station in a very calm mood or catch almost say NDC candidates, poster so tare. I think it was an electric pole. Free ho any idea. One couldn't talk. I mean, it was such a nice, cool, collected kind of approach. Or they so call
about electoral laws enforcement. Let say the best way I say in Crawford to me, yes, I didn't, is to make sure the police force should be the people removing.
Oh no, and easy official.
You also draw attention.
Draw attention. Easy official
can remove it.
It will not be the police.
Yeah, say police. Yeah, so say we want to be anya easy for Kwana. It shouldn't be they themselves removing it. And una, I say.
Oh no, I'm not sure. Say.
Onwane
kosomu ne yi no.
Okay.
And you onwane kosomu na.
Okay.
So yi. Until no, Akwatia is settled. It's green.
What's that? Akwatia then?
It's settled. It's green.
Yeah, and yeah, where they know another way.
Akwatia is Atessa. Atessa.
Yeah, right. You settled and Atessa.
Akwatia is Atessa. So that's it. 9 police stations in so aba ti koyet say they catch on we aka mutala before so monko.
Yes, and your
MPP. So yeah, who Ablekumanov somebody to me as a my being.
Say I know the party the case on corner candidate this year.
Okay. But we don't need so monko.
I wanted the akwa say see pa no. Me nyɛ sure say party bia betimi afil the candidate or because ogru hom be gwa o mani bra abre wo mutala constituency mo ho sese no oh still o su
yeah they are still money him
the guys o mu da su because o mo hwe the way ana one o mo tie
yeah
I didn't know as me my first encounter with him time na me wadom somewhere around 2016 na ye Commander Sugar Factory na that time na Team B, Papa, your friend say, Ecospio Gabra.
Okay.
Now you're Minister of Trade and Industry. Now Uriano Kenya. And see, you could do one almost one my Kwanko, NPP, Jumani, then. So now it's a so more fresh. They are the end of it do mutalaso. No, it's okay. Moko day. I see a question factory near Jumana and Juma. A quay show or some uncle.
And Saturday now, not deputy.
No, I Deputy Minister of Trade and Industry. That was, let me say, hey, I read a said out of parliament on the political campaign, out of its stage, this calm. That was how I got to know him. And Obedi MP who constituency who be constituency no one more ban near there no more kasa. Woman see the famo. I'm sure the MPP saw it, said no. What the candidate that candidate's name will to man.
No area.
And see. So that's it. They are kind of, but me once I say MPs 2 are resigning. Why have been your by election by 3 before
2 are resigning currently?
Well, it's hard to make an for BB and Choco. No, be me your prophet. As I cut 3 by elections.
As I 4 years now.
I say by elections 3 be what you more baby, sir.
Upon resignation.
Well,
I will resign and now cross the capital.
I say by election be or maybe can say your mom pie. But said me who central ne.
Now cut in from my boss who say by election be baby and say NDC be foul.
And then the son may make some man can no man can the open with you. You are trying to be an Atessa. Don't be an Atessa. So I think, sir, sir, and then again, the names appear so realize here, Speaker. I think, sir, I said MPP party in penny phoning now, they should call the party people to order.
Okay. I agree with you. I don't know yet. Idea Nanka na me person me can wasem, but I don't know. We decided Senka ebe after by election. Yes, I think say the leadership of the NPP no a lot of mistakes. Old people no SSO mobile. Again, make us say party no are weak to a certain level. I mean the expertise, the experience no. Omo ye bi dano must come in and ensure say party no ebe bouncing back. I have one particular problem. BBC, me show na Sapoma reporting. In him say, as usual, I'm told say, Omoa blacklisted media general. Intino, Omoni and Kasa. And then Buga eto TV3 microphone eto chuni. Now, Sapoma is on the field, our reporting. And then Oko one of the polling, I'm sure say Oko one of the polling stations. And then Salam Mustafa, the national youth organizer of the NPP, was there. Anna or try say Oneno Ebekasa. Now, as a national youth organizer, the first thing he did was that a station ban. Okay? So I was like, no, a leader doesn't do that. You see, the point is that NPP decided say for the rest of 4 years, you know, boycotting media general. But the truth is that the harm never caused it to NPP, you know, more than effect ever media general. So this is the truth. And see, media general as it stands now, there is no media house bigger than media general, both English and local language.
For sure.
And see, say utie some of the communicators are very close to them. But because say party not taking decision, they do not want to go contrary to it. Because shows this media general, it pushes our brand forward. And more popularity, you know, echoes from more.
Media general is a Tessa.
So individually, you don't know. Individually, they are aware. So I do not know why. Still now, the new patriotic party would want to hold on to some of these things. And clearly, you know, a affected party, no, a weakened party, no. You see, Omobeka say NDC a boycotted Sefaka show, no, for so many years. But the difference is this. I don't remember, but for about 2 or 3 years.
2 years.
Yes, 2 years. But the difference in the say, Kojo,
that time, no, na you first two. I want to know the last LBA. So you got to be strategic.
Exactly. And again, difference in the cry say NDC boycotted Kokroko, but they never boycotted the entire despite media.
Yeah.
Okay? And see, NDC call the platforms. Nana ya okesi show so. Omoko your friend is saying UTV. Omoko UTV morning show no eso. Okay? Omoko other political programs. The Omo the weekend no something issues, critical issues on Saturday mornings. They be able say kwaku boahemo ye den eteswa omokasa. So it was Kokroko and now Omo say Omo boycotting. Now you cannot say because of the feeling say koswa enye odentino obe boycott to an entire company across several affiliates. And it tells how weak the leadership of the party at the national level
I mean, as it stands. When him said 2000
and clearly a bad decision, bad faith.
When him said in 2004, the NPP wanted to boycott media general, especially TV3.
I see.
Okay, let me tell you. Let me tell you the story. That time, and TV was Kwesi Pratt's producer. Was it Hot Issues? No, there was one program here, Kwesi Pratt, and they hosted an NTB, a producer. No, I think it was Hot Issues.
Hot Issues.
Yes. You know something? Now, who share TV? No, who you? Ball away, guha. School down way, I say. So, everybody was confused. So I remember very, 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 very well. Couldn't pay the friend here bank crying. As part in the young guys say woman, you call out, call for information bar. Now I remember very well that time. Banredu, yeah, Papa Hackman, Uswajiman. But the Yamia says, oh, not yes, you move to Frada, wait me, and one that time now, Osafmafo every finance.
Yeah.
I'm saying, no, call Ministry of Education, Youth and Sports. Yeah. President Kufodi no car.
Yes.
And then there was one man from Central Region. I've forgotten his name. No, yeah, one of the regional executives. It's one any party in penny for the crash here. No, they want to boycott. So Hakwa said, no.
Don't make that mistake.
No, don't. What are they showing? They are telling us that there's baller here.
Yes.
Baller there.
Go and handle
it. Then we are saying, yeah. So they informed the old man.
Exactly.
President for ding. say I know you know. But what these are obi your boy money na you jaw kwa. Then free. And then they arranged. I remember very well that time. Some leaders of the newsroom from TV3, they met the chief of staff. And the decision was that, sir, munya story na. Yen can't chop some money.
Okay.
But moya money.
Okay.
Yen koye huejuma. Into mobile mo story ni be wi no. Na yesu aye huejuma. Na mo so akotwa de aba. Bam, it settled the matter. This is what happened in 2004. Former director of operations. Then at the time, here with Jubilee as a Lord Comey, former national organizer of the NPP. Beside Amocho and all the others. This matter got settled. But me and family who me over me shows who mo them person me can me I'll say it.
No, and you cry precisely. I know say Omu raise concerns about Usho, but you see the point is that Nanado any president be. The leadership of the party almost say Nanado me da ballot paper be asubim. Somebody like Justin Frimpong Kodia, my very good brother. Oya denya general secretary no opeso osan dibim. This is the time as I say party no take a bold decision. Now omo making sure say in the absence of President Akufo-Addo, the national chairman and the leader of the party now, per your own constitution. For that reason, no, even if says Stephen Tim, there is somebody acting. But I mean, clearly, decisions near money be party leadership, no, yes, say no. You clearly see, say a weakened party, no more than I mean, ordinarily, Anka Ebeye expected of the new patriotic party. Again, Koyo Oshe, I mean, John Boadu time as national organizer. Oshe Samuel Uku time. Oshe Freddie Blay, okay? I mean, the time at 2016, Omo Peso Omodi NDC, NPP back power. The energy near Huadea Omodi Ye Jumano. I mean, that is not what we are seeing today.
What do you mean? I was watching
analysis now.
I was actually watching how their flag bearer hopefuls no trooping in and out of Akwatia.
The influence of
me deep politics nechi kakra and Chebia, at least from 1992 when I was 12 years. And I made the Ghana politics nechi, especially the NPP politics. Into the NPP politics a pa. Time the other say NPP break it down. I can sit back and tell you NPP backbone are breaking more this time.
Yeah.
Okay? 1992, after the 1992 general elections, Professor Edubuahi Lucy election to JJ Rawlings, party did Jijaye. MPP party did Jijaye, but that Jim Penny for the woman and everything I catch now.
Okay.
Okay? One way you could do Sunyani and now Omo against J. Kufuni Nano. To the latter part of the elections, Omo U10, ever supported J. Kufo, man winning 1996 MPP presidential elections. Obelidi party no na party no ejija and then a weekend party na ama 1996
omo to be a week
to be amone and yes na Rollins who be na Rollins no wonya hu bia na Rollins wonya hu bia but that's how they know. I remember very well after the 1996 elections 1997 before you ever call 1998 when you be mo sunyane no the president for free leadership ni na wo Kumase and obisa omo say ye ba kun tokwa la intama tete nya power ye na tumi de hene ye pe I remember very well that time na the late Apijahene the Okwansa Yiba they were all around. We had Otumfoma Rahine CCA no a medical doctor. Ewo Cocoa board me kaipa and we say 2 million a year pay. Say President Fono Mukasa say 2 million a year pay there. Lay down this. I will lay down this. You lay down that. Let me also lay down this. Let's all come together. That time when we because na party no e bia na nyini bebre na power blocks and no so I agree. That time in MPP, there were only, I think, only 3 power blocks.
Yes.
You had the Ashanti block following J. Kufo. There were only 3. And then we had some parts of the eastern region supporting the bonus for Professor Edubuahin.
Okay.
And then another group, Kakrebi, and so from eastern region also supporting Nanado. But to the latter part of it, you realize that Nanado ne Edubuahin ya kensi eni.
Okay.
Anti Wosha 1998 NPP presidential primaries, na JH Mensa Abeshimbi. Ono be di Professor Edubuahin from BA. That side, and don't forget, say JH Mensa did we about it as a kufo.
Okay.
And another so every eastern region ever. And so what share Nanado Kasa, any JH Mensa Kasa, it looks like said here, it's year what 1992 numuno and one assigned the CM. And so so we actually had just 2 power blocks. The Kufo Ashanti block, the JH Mensa Nanado Eastern Bono block.
Okay.
And a Bekaboom. Now, a son, I don't crack on a master in team chair answer. Obey national chairman Eddie. Yeah. Comedy national chairman in them. But I know another day story. That for be America. It is a much to say currently MPP power party now. The 7 power blocks now and are affected party. So say in Chichemu Makuma 7. 7. Sa 7 na e a doors no do edu baby so mutimi trust na we ni imagine na we dey cut 3 na 3 ni 2 imagine na make 2 yeah anya sa look me but politics e kakra
no but that is true because the echoes no there I mean when him say Baumia on the block
yes
Baumia block
now do them on the block
that's what the block
I want the block Kufa block no still exist one omo ye Alan for na omo NDC omo so omo MPP omo so omo mfiri no almost sounds one block. Canada Japan creative block.
Yes.
Can I create the block? I will party him. Whatcha? A modern your friend said Brian
Achampong.
A boy, 2020 elections, no, year about 2024 constituency of Boy Eastern region and a few other areas. Also, yeah, say what's Eastern Hona were creating the block and not down.
And they believe him.
No, they believe him. They believe him.
Yeah.
They believe him. They believe him. It is 7 power blocks now. And what MPP says here, they need to sit down here and you're Freemason at the winning election.
About Freemason, so but me miss us a question where if it happens, I mean 7 blocks in a year, Juma, because they exist. Obiansu with the interest. Now, national executive. In the current state, how are you supposed to manage
the national executives? Like I say, belong to the blocks.
It will be any master.
Share, one call. The time we now do when we call now, no we have. No, we have free. We know we say, Omoda ho, obviously there be omuni ho, omesi mu omoba, omedre he okay, and then you be fast to kwan na kopiem e we che okay, woman nam he omedre he okay, and then you be fan say that be ya be kwa kwesi omachi. Eti no obi a person kire say I said we can do it together.
Okay.
So what shall we teach you say politically no too early. It is not too early. So we talk away the be kakra no make am there be MPP assembly ka no enye NDC for mudi meko. Omo nyame se so abom. No makofa yi wana kohurum.
Omo ye able to bridge
NDC for di meko
differences no.
Omo nyina be di meko no asu. Omo wi a meko akofa yi wa no akwa kohurum. Sana
my person be question way. Ye ka MPP for asem there. Be sure say you are the best person betumi aka ho asem pa chen including any other even most of the political analysts because we are insider everywhere quite brim sa say enti be say bisa say uni nkrofo nya adwi say sa executives now more say no current leadership now
who told you say they will stay.
Thank you. Because the Ecos one, Ghana, you strong opposition party, so I bow can be brave. But the Ecos we as a
who said Ghana? What should
say I didn't record the idea Ghana.
National executives, no. Meaning back to your question. National executives, no. They belong to the blocks.
Okay.
Between you and I, Korea or he or Wafa.
Wow.
You know what?
I think I say ono better ya can say because on him inside out.
Kennedy.
Yeah.
Because what did he say? Or say time na ye bre our party them ye probably cram on the TV station and then the radio station and by nye me boy no na one akada no more he say ye kenna. It tells you where he's thinking thoughts. Ye the party that chiache. It's so we know what they do and how they do it. One will say for a very long time than both we are silent.
Very quiet.
Okay. So I realize here Lord Coming
Ono so aye
quiet. Hackman Otiase Umui why quiet. Osafumafo why you abeka so mabon kwakra. Omo mon kwakra. O ma no mo akokra. Omo timi kasa.
Kofo nyi se omo nyina.
Kofo awo ho why din. Adokofo owo ho why din. Je to unso e chan owo ho why din.
Ani mo nyina ho.
Kodon piani wo ho why din.
Say
Mampon former MP or Kopribi Adenimo or why didn't
and say cry they were pulling him out of.
You see what it means they say yet bija party ma and mebunu one or mojadene but tembiano as a when you're magnetic old person right in the center.
Okay.
So what the political party said you be a party into Jano. You require an old magnetic force to sit at the center.
It's pivot.
So when the left wingers are crying wolf, and Ukraine almost was on Mekano, and Stephen Tim as young that time, very young man, that time not a very young wrong. They needed negotiations under the carpet campaign on only Paul Afoko.
Okay.
Hey, don't go there. Don't try. That man, don't try.
And I was even hearing say the current national executive election year Afoko was lacing his boots. Say Obesamba national chairman. Now onunti do mu issues are caveat no. Say we from now say abemu biema. Unya 2 years I won't even contest election.
Yeah. And see, say no, what's going to happen? You have Nanabi.
Yes.
Obekwa Kojina Bium Soap, a national organizer, Eddie. Nanabi is a very
fine national organizer.
Or a very fine lawyer, very energetic, intelligent young man. But with this scale, I did the NPP and NPP so China. NPP in your age, the EDD. And your body is so and you did NPP a strategy. If you lack strategies, you can't lead NPP to win political power. Take it or leave it. NDC a election winning machine woman your political party. NDC now a election winning machine. So anytime you are competing or contesting NDC in any election, you must have a strategy. And NDC for who said no, winning machine, but now NDC strategy no insist so what's your former Ashanti regional chairman no abodu ya fam no nipa ye mahyeso no no makoto aba ma ho na what would I mention we got to be real Ohinajeku na Chabarazoka ya the Odiazoka boys aba na Faranda boys kakra Eagle boys kakra we mu ha kakra Mobi squad for her Keda for her. And so it was blocks that were winning elections for the NDC. Then they realized that say ni mukakra. One share some blocks we muna winning elections. Break it down while you Then they said some recruitment. Obanibo amonye NDC.
Oh yeah.
How they do to NDC? Say guy. Communications minister.
Sam George.
Onye ndisini.
Yes, Sam George.
Onye ndisini.
On say
me ndisini. Your friend saying okuje to nankasa onye ndisini.
Of course.
So the NDC decided that no. Let's look for young guys, recruit them and groom them. And almost started some recruiting. Felix Okwacho for Sudumuni Adeni no. They were recruited. It was a deliberate, intentional. It was a conscious thing. Let's get them onto the block.
And those were the student leaders back in the days. Yeah.
When himself Mahama refused to contest as NDC parliamentary candidate, I don't want to say some things here. I don't want to say certain things here. So, if you look at NDC, one more a movie from their shells to the shelves. In politics, when you keep yourself in your shell, no one coil na wishim obi ehun shell and wa okoshe the shell no mu a who wa no who is away no. So the NDC moved out of their shell and placed themselves on the shelves.
Yeah.
So that as soon as you enter the supermarket, you see them.
And I John Mahama so be no be rebranding of the party.
And I said Nketiah is an experienced politician. I said Nketiah may not have all the needed strategy for the NDC to win, but on the experience, ABT will be here. So you had some Georges, the Omani Buames, the Mutales, all of them. Then Omani Buama took over the NDC election directorate.
Let's see machinery.
And then he said that, okay, now we know if we want to win, we'll win. What is left is leave it with me. What do you say, President Mahama or Maniboma, leave it with me?
Wow.
Yeah. In anything when there's giddy, a BBA buyer, or Maniboma, old boy, leave it with me. And then Omaniboma also started coming up with election strategies. Therefore, went to her. And then what broke the camel's back was activate the body cameras. Now, if you look at the NPP as a political party, then I'll be only strategy be the winning election. I kind of
I was saying that I'll be
only strategy be
as national organization.
That is the only strategy. Only strategy be. Tell me, show me one strategy NPP put in place 2024 elections. Did you see any strategy?
I know you're one out of the many. We need 2016. We need 2020.
But 2016, no one should organize that.
Samia Wuku.
It should send a signal to you.
But Captain,
General Secretary, I could only strategy.
I could do any strategy.
Chief, strategy on the winning election.
Now, could be any strategy to me when
you General NPP General Secretary posture, you did NPP General Secretary. Could be only be. You see, NPP General Secretary, no. Yahu dan Bokewu.
Yahu Kwabene Japan.
Yahu Kwabene Japan. Yahu na no healing toe. Yahu Sir John. Yahu John Boadu. Yeah. So there's a certain posture
and demeanor,
political corporate attitude be a war. NPP General Secretary, you must carry the wind. You don't have to sit for the wind to carry you. NPP chairman, and I want to wind the but as the General Secretary of the new patriotic party, you carry the wind. One I will carry wind and who peer wind and a call. Not chairman, not to it's a chairman who win the now. Now when did that carry chairman and all the others? Could you need that charisma, only that aura, only Nanabi ni. The worst of it all, a women's organizer. She's lost. Why you know woman? So what they need NPP need to do is say, apart from thinking about unity, they should get a strategic political marketer to sit down with them
and
rebrand their thinking. What the NPP needs now is mental rebranding. So the intellectualism of the NDC now is actually intimidating the NPP. Because unlike before, Mekato was NDC, an election winning machine. Because that time, you don't see a lot of elites. Who buy NPP for the lawyer for PhD. NPP na day a whole professor or yet the deputy finance minister, Professor Jambafo. The deputy finance minister. Yeah. When you have a professor as a deputy finance minister, a deputy minister, then well, I said look at you only PhD. Only the masters were high grand jay. Moi. Okay. So the elitism, no, if you say NPP 1992 because of one call exiles, one call Tantrabuche, Kususuade, no mobile, no. And again, I force so here. You should mu. Oh, maybe we there was young woman. But when I catch him say woman paraquasia. And see, we went to this young woman and what's assisting na sabe. Sabe. Now I Atessa.
I just wait to me.
Oh. So NDC for who say no. And for a mental branding. Game na NPP for no NDC elbow from 1996, 2000, 2004, even 2008. You know, it was a mental game. The NPP actually had no strategy, but they had strategists amongst them. But they were using their intellectual capacity to outshine the NDC. Then the NDC said no. From 2006, everybody said no. We'll do recruitment. Now count and confer war NDC more. Akoskua so money wujina hono no kasa brofo na mo de beto aba okujeto say okujeto she general secretary kodu asisi ya wo show wo so
I say
okujeto ni kodu asia asabe na baba
for debate
then be so
Atessa
debate was them now okay
Atessa okujeto ofi voter region enti voters in country into okuja to tebrofo kofa Sam George bra na fa na bi tira ha Atessa so the reality is that what the new patriotic party needs now a mental rebranding. They need to come up again with another mental strategy which might be bigger
than the NDC
and stronger than that is because they say NDC for no one more intellectual capacity they say no. I'm telling you today it is intimidating the NPP here. Now with small analysis being chosen here. Say Ufa Kate Jimfu at Nahasia now they
Hanabisu.
The women can Hanabisu or Doctor Hanabisu. Doctor. Then a busy. Canopy.
Atessa
Omudomuisia. And some cats are discuss the issue. What will happen?
Over Hanabisu were ahead.
What am I trying to say? 1 year and every before communications director.
Oh, Madam V. Revenue this year.
Agba
Richard. Ayagba.
For Richard Ayagba, Tana Hassia.
Never Sammy James.
Never Sammy James. What go too far? Never the Chromia Ibini. Never could you to Tana.
Well, they so want to be compelled.
Oh, so I'm looking at Okuja to not as a minister.
Okay, but in Tally.
For Ayagba, Tana. Never could you to Tana. Number 1 hour.
Head to head,
then it is.
And they say clear difference near clear.
Fa Ayagba tana wakonye so. Na fa Sami Jemfi tana ha. Meja on 1 hour.
Atessa na beba.
But I don't know how much, you know. I happen on several locations. Social media now.
So what it means now, the thing is the MPP here. We hear mental rebranding because here 2024 defeat say you jit to move to move a prayer MPP mentally.
Yeah, I have a very big event.
A prayer MPP mentally. Now they thought that in 20 Muhammad when they called 2020 Jane right
yes, Jane.
2016 and on Emisata a doctor.
Yeah.
Why you do Bank of Ghana, right?
As governor, yes.
As governor. And a doctor Mamadou Baumia, also a doctor. Why you Juma or Bank of Ghana as deputy governor. So we had 2 governors. Each of them were running mates. They were all doctors. So Dr. Pakwesi Emisata and then Dr. Mahamadou Baumia. Okay. Watch this. BBC. Ghana for me and Koho. And then I'm meeting my catch them and say, MPP lose no lose you, but we contribute to 40%.
Wow. Dr. Bahumia. As a candidate.
As a candidate, or contribute to 40%. And I'll tell you why. Me NPP lose no so me diagnosis no me nka but me ka bi a kire obusa the young doctor the young governor how many questions
over 70 or more
okay or your list of questions or the man the student pa kwese mi sata so as of that time Baumia was the lecturer pa kwese mi sata no a student who lecturer no questions na nkasa no what the ama students say all answer a student no going to be answer yemfa sa
yeah
who lecturer na nkasa no academic board no of university no Ghana University academic board
see for marking scheme bra
for marking scheme bra what the marking scheme about yeah what the marking scheme ni buy any ebusa say wow your lecture no explain your marking scheme and atesa it's one person that we lecture no questions now was set here
went me ask
Emma student no academic board no friend will say for marking scheme no bra na say answers are we feel a student no throw we are with or throw we are with ba obi antimi so that time no a lecturer na say no a student
a lecturer will fail
Daddy no nya admission kura no a student
no a drop out
so politically ba was a drop out me tell me yamo sheme you see 2024 mu na no 2022 omu pia questions na ma ba omi no me catch if yata go say if ya me yamo sheme
want to me
and of say and am say emfa no say kojo me rade e be fo me ba e be fa be so and am say 7th January I swear Mahama ina 2022 March 2022 say I swear Mahama in 2025 if you hire deja your friend na I say na ko fa be dem say 2025 you be swear Mahama in because lecturer I'm a student abono wa fairly poto the lecture ni ma de no eti na say ka ba o me timi trase mentally
yeah
or upgrade ne hona o ma yehu say he's far above that even the questions are or the map accuracy in Satano. He could not answer what.
But even in terms of answering, no, I mean the reality, no difference is near very clear. And say oka economy, opesa oka exchange rate once a more. Captain, I mean theories are be answering and the reality will expose you.
No, but
it's clearly no, I mean any idea effort.
What if Sabamia could have answered all the questions? But on one casasu who said weti uja open up here o vice president yeah mami Jane Opoko adbe utia obi ti on kanche no vice president you don't open up
yourself
president no open up itself
okay.
O vice president you close
your ranks
so that you will be able to protect your president
and you be idea
there be and so o vice president you don't open up vice president who close na president na open up na who actually na one chief of staff a monitor mokwa baby assistant can will be to the public and who could be your president and that's how a vice president must behave when you're vice president you don't see you hear it is the president that sees and the president doesn't hear that is the greatest principle of the presidency so the vice president you don't see you hear and say hey must say there NDC ma na your excellency say this okay
so all the time you're getting information
must say the NDC that's why I hear me there how Mahama afa the American, Canadian and the Russian presidency strategy no abagana and see chief of vice president nakasa or a whole team
chief of staff
or the chief of staff or the day or the day because the vice president does not see you hear so who gather in and no close no you go sit before the president and you open up now
but the impression was created until Dr. Bawumia running mate be vice president it was almost as if vice president Ayenyo Munyina were very ineffective until Dr. Bawumia buy because Nanado Emma Dr. Bawumia the opportunity so be here human more
I think we hype him
exactly kasani bebre honoma ono na economical lectures any dey
we vice presidential candidate, a different from say would vice president too.
Sure.
Okay. We overhyped Bawumia. We covered his weakness. And in politics, when your weakness is covered from the public, it's dangerous. People don't know. They think that you should not allow people to see your weakness. Sometimes your weakness must be seen in public. So watch this. Kufuor showed the whole world his one weakness. Sir, he's not an orator. On to Kasati said the Captain Smart say, on to Kasati said the Rollins say, on to Kasati. So he made it clear. Sir, me ubu sama sama metume mwasi adjena one. Namasa to be mwasi ama umwaye. Kufuor ntise Obama, Kufuor ntise Rollins, Kufuor ntise Captain Smart. Ubi sa na rrrr ye kono. Onu akasama Ghana for who weakness. We were able to marry his weakness with his strength. And we were disabused and divorced ourselves from the perception, say, and then he came up with policies and a near man, a bit outshining the weakness. But when your weakness, you see, you kataso.
Yeah.
And only idea plan. It's a time now. Agronomu ye day now onyo bia and cover the weakness no so biom no. Na senka party machinery no e cover no. But that time ma cover. Na test me.
But then no go na one dey no hold you bullet no.
Because they tell say when you go and you say Palugu Dam ye wie, it is the greatest project, the biggest project in the history of this country from Kwame Nkrumah's time. And then we go there, land and
there were a lot of deceit in the system. And I'm driving for a catapult.
Good. You see?
Containers made.
And that's why I said that. Oh, the vice president, you don't see, you only hear. But I was seeing too much, and he was hearing less. Because now almost so. Honestly, maybe teach them yam shishim pa ema papa no. Because we will say, one man one hono. Bien wa onim sa tokuru no mu agrodie. I'm telling you. And questions ni na went to me here no. Na ye be the flag bearer. And Ghana for a academic board no. A friend say ke wo bra. Questions now what the ma student no. I'm a student no. Ofeli here no. My marking scheme. Na test at yesim. Marking scheme no buy no. Sinti then ha. Unya 5 na ha unya 70 a chese obema ni B+. Na ha unya 80 a C. Chechirima yenti ase. Na nkonta na we bruni. Tire bruni ntime we. E ho na wo say time na all year lectures no. E wo 2016 elections and even 2020 not on stress no
a candidate.
No, that weakness of Bawumia was not showing. They should have allowed him to be himself, to show the real him to the public, so that we can have strategy to disabuse the perception. They didn't allow that. And I think TC 2021 banner. TC.
And opena maybe sir, many obedient commoner, maybe sir me say, I mean, as vice president, economist. Even economist.
Yeah.
I mean, what's your economic management team? Inflation 8 may rise up to 53%. A koya exchange rate, and okra than baby, a koya could do 23 to $1, about 20, not about 17. I think the 16 was a send on the rapid or now, in the last 8 months, okay, at force in a a ranking member of the finance committee, it's me, I'm managing the exchange rate between January till now. It ranges between 10 and then 12. Or the at most, 13 Ghana cedis. But I mean, clearly, one who say exchange rate, stabilize a kankra. Theories being a different from the Dr. Bawumia any kind of Foriata air applier. I mean, this time round, no, maybe the same theories though from the economic lectures, but at forcing, I mean, air applied differently. Me James idea no I mean, I don't know you'll be discussing, but no mean answers. Why would this happen? Because I mean, this is somebody on paper and one more the way bit me
one say we call schooler on a day a classroom no a 4 corners na wo team na ya kyerɛw nti nyansa den tra wall no nyansa no inside of her wo throw exams na wo be throw wall sa 4-legged ade na wa throw no wa ya pass now wo ba bonte say wo be di be ye adwuma ɛhɔ na wo hia fie nyansa no ato forcing when we not see economics so but what am I to force in DBT Ghana for e fie nyansa ato force in the fie nyansa complete e fie nyansa because ato force who say you jai sikem bebre be go abonten a
inflation beba
and afofo bebre beba fie ho and we say we esichiri sa ntati abeko esichiri na sape ntati abeko enti osomu ha na wa odi merry go round wa sa de abeto bebre dada no ama gold board foko no ma koto gold na ba on the gold na ba na ya share the value now we publish Atufos is doing a lot of publications outside Ghana so they say no Ghana say there on mayas Ghana no the gold no on tungu to say canon ya tugu no or kabuano wo baby opiabuano baby and the more I gold no gold is only the boost the economy and they had a serious backbone and to call yuka gold omuntu America phone to gold but gold pa kwa chen ya de na ye turo Atufos number 2 based on your question ade Atufos in ASCC and say or ye practical management and yet theoretical management
common sense approach
Atufos or ye practicals or the Sanujuma and a finance minister no and book
that was the answer Pakwesi gave Bagumia answer now the man to Mbekaya but see any theory you manage economy with theories and it's the same thing exactly that's when he was that's what is on my mind say Ato is using practical knowledge practical knowledge time I'll call Makola market and I'm no for nothing go for card he's doing popular what of fact issues now. He's doing practical. Baumia me Adebakwa me Japan say he exposed himself to media for before election because Mahama ye binti onu super say ye bi captain in Crawford Ekoguna Nimasi and seriously speaking who say he's not a practical person and the oil in a cosmetic I mean economics now he shouldn't have exposed himself to that extent and he say there honestly speaking Nipa 5 now Omukono he seems to be the calm person for me I say or a bit calm but
no, but it's calmness. In fact,
that is it.
Calmness,
so far, yeah.
Honestly, this practical thing. I say, Oko Jomunun Crofan, say, one economy manage pay ma.
Yeah,
more you need to spend the past year, member, but a man manage a ma. Eti, me sure say or share me anaba. Musika no cheche le be e bonasene e wo de weto e wo de weto e wo de weto e po ba ko na no wo style bi o ye de se ya na we sane ba ha de no ansa na be sane no wo bre ansa watimi sane eti e practical knowledge and all the manage economy no once I'm a president I am relaxed
yeah
there's no pressure on Jomama There's no pressure. Sankante Sankaya then a finance minister, Paisandi defense.
At the same time.
At the same time.
Maybe I've not had this inside.
Finance. The load of work a good finance. Now I signed the defense as a time.
It's very critical.
Very.
You think it's an easy thing?
Sure.
Because at two force in the fear answer. Common sense yeah, Juma. Because Uko UPSC, Korea Security and Intelligence Gathering. Yenche utuoto. Etuo yenche utuo UPSC. Uko Investor of Cape Coast, Korea Security and Intelligence Gathering. Yenche utuoto. Uko Kofi Annan Peacekeeping Center ho. Korea Security and Intelligence. Yenche utuoto.
No.
But wo ba na uko police oba tutu.
Sure.
Etu met me share police in here ukuta master's degree in peace and security. But about the practical field where you and I yenko. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. So what check IGPs are around the globe. Best cadet for Omontanya CDS. Your two IGP. They are the practical people. One year do there. So the way where the world is moving into, no, we don't need too much people or theoretical.
Book.
What's your book? Mami theory way law and tell security intelligence theory. I would draw intelligence cycle not to her and point to a time of collection, then processing. I would draw cycle not to her. No, we don't need such people because some intelligence cycle. No, you find tutu. Comfortable bana oko no you find intelligence cycle nkwache no. Aje okoye strategy e wachire ho. Na no so kwa wo strategy ni wi na wunyi wo practical knowledge na utimi ato first on the fear answer
complete
and the practicality wo hu say your economy no efi August, September, October, November, December dollar kosoro you were dollar belt
demand high
dollar belt no ho dollar belt no e reduce by February Enkosoro sa if August ba no June ba no bo say oyese nkakakra it said be ya businessmen and women no be sika na pressure embe economy ni sunti no ohwa president dollar no be conform team
or dia buy
10-1 eti obia owo dollar wo fie no
e de beba
what they call bank the businessmen no akoto akogu fie. You see, people didn't see the strategy. Maybe take them head and say, "Hey, I to force away. I go in Nyanza." Eti oje musa no business obi okokwan so kofa niam babia or yes smart bia no ekoto dollar kogu ho. Because yempo October dollar be kosoro. Eti $10 ne court 10 cedis no 10-1. Say who call Bank of Ghana say 10.25. Yemfa Bank of Ghana dey no kra here. Time na call 10-1 no. Businessman be o smart be ato dollar no be go. Enti we be call we do October no. Na won a his dollar akokra niam aba no. Dollar no mo hia ne yeketu abi. Enti pressure na be Ghana economy no so no e be yeketekete we any book bi economics book bi no we wo. We any economics book bi Ajifie nyansa. Se fie nyansa na mapeda tesa yinti.
Na could it also be say aban no and started say or yes spending because spending in relative to capital expenditure and procurement any idea it was say aban no e shase say or yeah cocoa fertilizers e was here to echiche big project aban ne ka say obeye what you say no I mean you say a shasi and even though you treat your contractors near there now the question is I don't know play role now because I mean clearly say won't spend there then unya differentials are unya say
okay I am going focus on buying spend here and I mean say economics ne bi ka a radio, so the TV, so that the government is not spending, but it's MPs in the Kasa. Ghana, how you trade taxes in area? How many percent in buying spending? Can for Atakona a 93. Until you are 20 now, Krumha. I buy sign the Sikano Mandi Paka Krebia, Umuchatron. So is the government spending or the government is not spending? Government is spending.
That's a salary job because we're here.
But taxes here,
yes. But I'm talking in terms of capital investment.
And
infrastructure, SSA are buying.
And the business. Ghana have a hospital in Bessia. I buy Krakotoka alone. So government is spending. But a sunset dollar number from Kakrentino.
Impact in the year.
And I never qua. I to force a year, a boy and pan say. William said just the mere fact is a dollar and a call from no. Or did the carry any meetings with their creditors and they are there no. Dollar and a call from Bedu 10 cities work a cranano.
Let's make you a debt to me.
A trade debt to be almost 38%. In the Ghana, ye kaya there no. Or the young said to ya, I buy and Tamsika Kutia. And only a day say, Nipatia say dollar na a bar from no. A Kana Ghana, dear
reduce debt.
I take Kana to say, whom as a high sense no.
And you say, you can 750 another 7.
It's a Canada honor, yes, sir. 800 or 1 trillion again, and what a Kana so. In Sabina, you relaxed, Kakra. The SSR buying we share ye a 2028 expenditure. Well, President Bia Kase, a election year on you all overspend it. Bahama Okabi joined 2016 but overspend it. Wakabi war of course Singapore Wakan say overspend it. Definitely overspend it. Because ministries, departments and agencies budget no. Who micromanage it. They manage it at their levels. So when they are releasing the money into the public, you, the president, might not know unless you are told. Because president do on take, vice president take. So unless the president is being informed, so this is what is happening. So if you look at it carefully, expenditure and kasani, because I'm buying spending on spending on them. Say health insurance, I can't help you. They've cleared it. Contractors no muncho munyi but they've paid more than half. They're clearly. What they are not on China. Say, all right, now I'm to was no year. This is how I will say it. I say, all right, venue na perform. So I'm to was no managing no year all around the year. Even before Megan Crawford or Mako jail, no when you can half.
Because on bear collections.
Oh, and the better you near my say, you know, getting. So I think that for now, you job life for my own. Let them do what they are doing. A do baby pressure no be bad, baby pressure no be fear by a coin.
Exactly the point.
Say roads. Aban way on marking to the first pressure. Ebe roads. Aduane de ebe ba. Eti food and shadam be any difficult thing. Biom. Aduane de beba. Enti roads. And afi health. These are the two things as Aban we check it here. Because a Ghana for no say they was Aban buy on chair. Yes, Aban no be kasa be na helicopter semi eba be boom say bam. And the Ghana for na obi ayi din yakote one year train. So yankebi an shima tem Akwatia. Enti I say yen obi wu a you say the behave.
Yeah.
Ha. Enti Ghana for kakra and you do September. Enti aye
first year no more holiday.
Enti September we so be 2 minutes we be call and say ah. Ye be kon krofo kodi Kwame Nkrumah birthday be we e be ba no. Na yesi October. Na ye ko bronya. Suppose krofo na adwen nyina ko di bronya. Ye di bronya we wi a. Na ye TC 2026 aban we pressure e kwan. Enti on to ne bo ase na on pen niam ngu ho. A o de be fix ya kwan. because me Apam Junction e ko si ha so ze meje me kwan e Oguma West ho meje kwan no me na me hyase ye je sa kwan no because
what the junction to Asinkrego
don't also wo there.
Oh yes,
Manual Road.
Oh, Taplau.
Oh, you are. And see, Obia a particular road. I want it to but I know you're 2026. And I never get a man buying you very unpopular. No. Omunjai. You want never been getting me wow. Emma, why you're unpopular? We want to answer why you're unpopular.
A bit idea here.
America, Canada, and Ghana. One no security system you correct pa.
America, Canada,
and Ghana.
And oh. Only Ghana cow.
So what did I tell you? Yeah. Okay. It is a car. Ayra. If you Canada, then you need to be drive a car from Quebec, Ontario. And the baby William
Ebedru Ghana.
Ebedru US. I signed the free kwa baby. And the car could see ship him. My car Ebedru Ghana. Every year duty. One year, ye. Yeah, I mean, car. Emma, I buy your popular chain, but people don't know. Now, let me tell you. During Rawlins's time, then you see, troopers, Mokai, Toyota B. And I got a scanning wall, and I buy that cars. No more packet cars. Cars in your packets, you want to for me 8 years.
Yeah.
What is that? This is your
program.
And Emma Rawlins here very unpopular by the Crawford. And you better see Jay for time. And you very unpopular here. I was a Ghana for you in Toyota. And a Jay, a buyer no cover Ford. Some of you Ford Expedition.
Yeah.
Ford then Jay was a cast and I can see
Explorer.
Ghana for say, hey, Ford the Bo Petrol. And the President Kufo, Ford and Kwan or Team Explorer and Expedition. Ford no more fair. What am I comfortable?
Chaniso.
It's fine. Hey. And a cofa. I brand say you cry me refi day. Oh, for time they're not chikasi. Hey, yeah, me refi go fade. Wait, near choka. Wait, near cheka. Wait, no mako garage way. We are to talk kasi. No mako some kasi free ho. Wait, we NDC. No mako some cars. Yeah, wait. We cry you say one former minister we nam. Nze we talk kasi there and kasi there by there. No mako say. Hey, yeah. When you say kasi, you refi abruchiri. And go for we are. And now we mo tam de ba no. Enye de Ache. What were torn cars one? So much of them will lose election and tempt. What do you say? One more torn cars for Kruma. One quite contribute 15% in Akufado. NPP do lose elections because of duty. NDC so by Professor Messi time you win a branch of unity, except Carl Wilson. You remember?
Carl Wilson, yes.
And also kiki. The Ghana for Bambu say pine. So yeah, bonnet, say 1 year bonnet, so yeah from so, so 1 year from so. They come by here and say, and perform the Omocas if you are brutal bar. They are Jackas nephew, they are Chicasano, they are Jeffy or Anambwa. Okay. Then they go to another time. Yeah, baby, we have task crown or much. It is a what the cars and see when you see as I buy fresh government, obey on popular term. Obey on popular term.
Interesting.
Obey very you see, and you're never getting. You need to sit down.
Ose.
Ese kasache yoko for
no. O kasache yoko for.
Obey unpopular. The next thing is that Ghana for you to be they also deal with the board by a better. Unimza. Say and then the boy at you. That's when you have been a shedipa. Yeah, they are not cheering. But now by the unpopular. Sadia boy dear. Yemfa ho. Enti wo gro ho a ade ma ban sha say you unpopular tem. Wo kai say na do buy no start chichi cars.
Yes.
And I him for crado man to me say opadi munjai cars na chichi na munya adwuma no. E hona no popularity dey start here but them people for ehu. One fan on them. Say, I'm no Cassie. How about who grew one and also my buyer or popular? It's a forcing. When you have practical education, to buy a hair didn't do say $10 so. $10 so we know. And also there be yen sanko habo. Sa Jeben taxes we need Google Sunama at the end of Bokosrono. I didn't the dollar no eh. But $10 no sooner edge we know. Yes, I need taxes no be flow. Now at the end of Bono due to the mrafom. It's a woman a crack car semano. Since you only be on the prima bino. Obia Okoyin near my bano. There's another strategy be on my but so we implement this idea say womb. Omodi adebi bahabo ho. Sabai we implemented this idea the bomb say womb. Na esom fa so na Ghana for year relax da. Kewo. I have PNC betcho.
All right, Kojo.
Sada me kan nka so bi betcho. PNC o.
Well, you're going to be saying why they win the Akwatia election. I'm getting a lot of messages, but Akwatia is green, and they say they can't catch on that. And he said, yeah, can say, you know, a very clear lawyer Bernhard to be a winning seat for the NDC. Well, you.
Yeah, on Akwatia, no, send me here to me. I can be last few days since on Akwatia. Captain, I think say a jabba. Eba abawi de unu say Akwatia a Diamond City you know him say a past glory but still ebetumi aka say a croix to diamond
say politicians more Akwatia
yes say there as a industry no egu na galamsey na abe juma hon nti this election we election say NDC is in government. Now yet to me and I say NDC MP to me free Akwatia dia. But say uses are when I government say omuma mo ni kwa Akwatia. Na omuntu me developmental project to honum especially nyama abet me employ youth no. Anama omanya adwuma ye very very important. Ebese be wusa we dey election akoye wie anya dey win wie nti ye free hona obi a free Akwatia dey be ya rewusem. Those are my few words and last words to make.
But what does this mean for the government and what does it mean for NPP? Say omontimi and retain seat, you know, for the memory of NSC Akumi. I said earlier say election where you crucial and Crawford fan easy say I mean election but what I was saying was that say a NDC what it means then is a confidence and Crawford a war Ghana for war in the NDC in the last 8 months here one more by mono confidence no what it means is that I mean by this election no the good people of Ghana approve of their president Mahamani NDC again Akwatia the new patriotic party what it means then is a party no reorganization or mobilization any be almost year any the impression I mean party no try say omobema Ghana for what say Mahama any NDC adada woman no clearly it is telling you say sa agenda no and fire Ghana for nintie and the NPP will have to do a lot of work just to ensure say reorganization no omobetimi mobilize omo a year and then Oshe Akwatia it was more or less as if say Afenyo Markin anana a lead charge for the new patriotic party. You don't really see the national executives even though Kodia koho Nanabi koho but most of the job no and Ejuma Kasepa and Afenyo Markin is the one leading it and as a minority leader no they say Wabefield Masha but people are equally saying say Afenyo are mayor leader and what see any D and what baby no any politics. It was more as if Senanko more relevant, but they say oh yin and him that's a near Kotiano in 1 or 2 ways. How should the two parties I mean take this assessment or more a work with through this election or more timia mana there the enumerator?
Number one, I don't see say it will add anything, but it would one make the NDC look like one more strategy say here Juma Okay, one. NDC rebranding no. Part of the rebranding no. It is working and working so good. The other say I can say seat in the name Yamodia.
Yeah. You can say movie eye.
You can say movie eye. Enti Yaje. Yade. Okay. Question is say Ebane say na Akwatia for asesa omonsa. If indeed they voted for the NPP in 2024. Dent na mo asesa omonsa. And omo wo say aban na wo power nti no omo pay MP obekọ aban nim na obeboa omo kwan ben so. This election shows the weakness of the NPP.
Exactly the point I made.
It shows the weakness of the NPP. My minority leader. 8 months ago, he was the majority leader.
Yeah.
And leader of government business. What was say? Almost every corner of Akwatia only did an able.
Yes.
Unlike before, a secretary, chairman, we could by election put the chairman crown could be by election
youth organizer, secretary.
A youth organizer, general secretary, organize panel at the 10 a.m. Because the cancer is it Aguna East na that time could job and read to say. The Kwaya Aguna East, MPP for teacher in here, then buy and on 1 year. Yeah, no. Could job and read that time no local government minister. And then I think the general secretary and then the national organizer. Yet from say could you marry this on Trebian and the wedding? Kakano beton on one or nobody. On in such a thing, Kakra. That's I mean it's real. I mean yeah, can't baby. Oh we are Momra here from Hosana. Yeah did. Said the accountant Edmond yeah and would Musa the minister. What's accountant for such a thing? Accountant for Yiska. When we fear because here for what?
Oh yeah.
Scared and tables across the video. Media. Accountant for Subai.
NPP the best finance minister for me.
Oh no, I mean he was.
Yeah.
I mean he was the best finance minister. I mean we should name 1 or 2 BR. We still can say that he is. Well, party no abre. Senado to be for interim executives sir. Me menya am resigning.
Therefore from Ralph.
Yeah. Na party they are appointed.
But the question is why cry the bet me yes our rescue mission because currently o share omokra eyi omuti se omo person oba positions no quite an interesting one still John Bodu person oba national chairman
me
any few ones but I mean a mudro no as compared
general
to
secretary MPP ohun Makacho say MPP national organizer any general secretary Wona they carry the wind. The wind doesn't carry them.
Parties on their shoulders.
Wona carry idea no. Then wona say tsunami na kofa chairman na di umachi.
International organizer boss Moses Abo say oba. When Moses Abo.
Me say me ni mo.
Former Greater Accra Regional Youth Organizer of the party. One Kasa Unia titles global. I'm sure say me.
These are
the name. I'm just mentioning because we can
Titus can be a fine general secretary.
Glover.
Titus Glover can be a fine general secretary or just some percentages of that thing a DD general secretary. National organizer when people know. One consultation. You bet from back at this as the national organizer no. NPP national organizer DNO a idea be. Mesa minya na that time na me 1 me 2 me advice na bia ka me 2 no for say onko general secretary. No onko try lack ho. Because NPP organizer ne fairly pair Asamaba. NDC, the general secretary so fairly pair party number. It's a 2. NPP, it's the general national organizer. So and NDC, it's a general secretary. So that is why NDC make sure say I said you get here, we boy your man enko. odi general secretary ni saa mfie parpare dunson wuti fi na bi mfie ma na ayese na ka say wuti ase dun ketia 17 years odi ye as general secretary efi Jasikodua mfie mu a na Jasikodua ni mfie na ka say na ka say
mitio
so NPP corporate general national organizer NPP national organizer must be obia onim party no maybe an influence share.
But obviously APP no show interest no ana me bobo so ma so
me nim no wo ye Titus Glover
ono pe na nim no
e bia na me nim wo mo ba me nim so mo din no
okay
so I think that NPP for Nankasan Tom Boss. If your mom your man so be a town, will be a town. We ain't Ghana for them Kruma. And so your motor and no be yeto. Yes, you know one a chinikoba. Petro, you know one eto. It's more be a yan so be time. They should sit down. Let's be Kasama or Mumfa. And then answer President Chiubi Tras and all Casimir and say, hey, what's you? Tobwase aya wutia emotions free
na yi political party
so ma ka kire nipa no se wutie captain emotions free na yi political party ni sinche ne ti akwa na yi obema solutions
so General Secretary no Eugene Ntwisope former Subin
well Eugene yeah bad but Eugene Koko ha no
slighted and so sope
Eugene Koko remember slide ho Eugene Koko Hano. Oh, say NPP General Secretary no hu. E say ye wo tape bi ho ye de to ho. Ye de measure. Eti wo ba na wa hwe wo temperament. Temperament no wa check say okay, met me jai we. Let me jai we. Me say me per national position be wo NPP ma me per General Secretary, me per national organizer. Me so me per national position be NPP mu a ka me per general secretary me per national chairman me per national organizer NPP party no we are general secretary you wo some near be medical car you need to have a certain strategy be some aura be around you Eugene you're very fine but Miss Roman on the Koko Hano ena oye obi a enya radio so not say otese me General Secretary ya wasemi o wa ye nka na bonten so your party General Secretary ya asemi o wa ye nka na bonten but e bia na me ne Eugene o Finland ba afoforo no obedi MP no na me ne Samike ni ade restaurant bi share Konfano Chitichi Hospital chem ho bebe
yeah no say
ena you know when I share the strategize asama kame ya do modibedi MP so menim mendeni share din punem pun komo ache se wetimi arrange engineer ne ho se de ya o se opade bia yi wo hye obi opade yi pa sankrofo no yenso yakoko hae minyanya nkade wo yaye ne ntem yaye ne yi bo ho nche na ma ne bufu na MPP General Secretary die no so wuni akoma wuni sa that stomach ebe pause to do you be set well General Secretary su afidie bebre utom se kukro yenyaw eno bi no musu jombo duma ni tom otom se ton
eti I mean Eugene no host
Eugene bad
ko dia besa akobiem
say Eugene ni kodua kwa kodua was catching Eugene every before so the way here here party no mumpe wo
kodua was catching Eugene
oh was catching Eugene bebre once Eugene or the sika onya Orlando no the DMP
and oben say deputy minister
oh say ministry be abo what abo bo ministry no once MPP before ne ye wo form ni agro MPP before pay here for business oh it's just omo bre pa no once make say edu baby as omo here mental reorientation I don't know omo here say Ena Opariansa.
Yes, I'm told
former
Suhum MP. Obesa Obebiem.
Sir Opariansa Tissimwa.
For General Secretary.
For General Secretary, race ni be. Because Korea would then be contesting 2
giant
members of parliament, 2 former members of parliament. Eugene, Akufo-Addo boy. Opariansa, Akufo boy.
Is it this all Dr. Baomi aside?
Oh, yeah, ni me ho.
Mo share Akufo aside.
Oh, yeah, ni me ho, unka ya ho. Yeah, ni me ho. Opariansa Akufo boy.
And a line so.
Oh yeah, Akufo boy. Na ontimi fi party mu ntino man ko di ala na chi no. Ka all other things being equal, Opariansa be di ala na chi. But now on person be fi party de me.
Okay.
What I say, party where you are so person di general secretary room, you can't just move like that. Say what I say, and then share one way or the other before this one. No, I think he was seen unseen behind Baumia. What I say, but Opariansa Akufo boy.
John Bodu to become national chairman.
John Bodu to become national chairman. Atesa.
National chairman.
Atesa.
For the NPP.
Atesa. So Boache Jakwan Pampa say Boache Jakobe Kojet national chairman there. Edding. Because medical catch us say NPP that they be one play part anymore. They don't know that thing. Boache Jakuti sim say Kukro say open national chairman. Oh, Kewo.
But Obeba there.
Oh, na make us say oyiniti a. Sasa bra what we chire ho. Boache Jakuti say, "Eh say kwache no. Wo na ye top forms no. Na ye feeling na ye de share nsem say masa say kodi national chairman no." That's how we should do to Boache Jakuti.
Because I think they go, you know, me too. Boache Jakuti and Kwabena Japan, 2 of them favorite for the national chairman. But Kwabena says still now only the president or president.
No pay.
Yes.
Say what I say. 80 NPP here national chairman or aura. Or what this posture. Ghana ni betimi ahwe no waka say ada na mo kapa pay asem ya say. So when you national chairman or tesa waiting. NPP be dey wapem. NPP be say when you national chairman be ohun. O tibabia na wo koto aka to say he Haruna Sekuti how o say sorry
Boache Jakuti ba na chairman Bugabe and vice
Dabi
o say
so kra na here then NPP na ma say this no I hear we did am say
but say asema ye kai gonyo chairman Bugabe sa ko biem ena de esi na me ni obi kasa si ansa na ye ba o say ade esi wa Akwatia ene between oni azokai. It was a show off for the 2 to position themselves for the election election enti enye say omo sheda ko so omo kokontoko it was a planting so omo beye just to improve their popularity.
Kumasi wo ho na ye wa hojo ena chairman Peter McMenu obaye otena se no the way Peter McMenu si tena akonwa ne so no udu ho ana wo ye masho as a chairman to who say Charlie chairman what we say wedding samfunu so Peter McMahon was style or channel say no what he say no what him chairman we say wedding samfunu na what ho nya na wko NPP here that person with that kind of aura it is a Boache Jakuti Kodia
Boache Jakuti beba whether so beba na o ma
either Boache Jakuti or Chairman Sabonsu.
Yes. For national chairman.
Yes. May these are the 2.
But Chairman Sabonsu, they will be on the media. I don't see so. But
fashion man.
But
I know they are for fashion. Boache Jakuti sim. Nessa chairman Sabun come about Jacob winning.
But I want to be a lazy the boot.
Oh, please.
The people in the race, you know.
Share.
Now, chairman, I want to be at the Ashanti regional chairman. What makes you think so national chairman?
Me Ashanti regional chairman for Abakuni na. Many women many women na ye juma chairman FFanto chairman Amankwanum they know me and know me they know me very well which of munya some 3 million want to be nya 1 aya kan no NPP assembly ye kan no wo check FFanto nya some 3 million want to be onya 1
yeah kotoaba want to me wom
contest wo check chairman Amankwa munyansa chairman Amankwa nyansa wo check 6 million want to be onya 1
what to me by election clearly I mean or a contender of Ashanti region so
me ne FFanto aye adwuma me ne FFanto aye adwuma me ne chairman Amankwa aye adwuma me ne NPP chairman for na aye adwuma e wa Ashanti region nti se me aya na me kan NPP asema nti na me se me kan say so won't be do omo chairman on be brutal 41 no so a odi national chairman me na me kan 41 no do so
you want to meet you and me only happy with you
41 no munya no wo say aka 9 pe no and they be 16 pe. You see the reality is that
no why dey chairman want to me ba
no me can say man
contest yes
whoever wins me say me fa ho
was you be radio stations for 5 regions
where they are over want to me
over to media
I think so the NPP should sit down and they should re-engineer the entire cortices of the party because sir intellectual position now NDC for taking it's quite intimidating
to the extent say no lecturers cry a campaign open campaign
what did I mention I say and you know some national executives sir there should be this kind of personalities Chairman Sabunsu I don't know but it looks like opposition for vice presidential
candidate
Chairman Sabunsu
I mean this is what I see from afar but
I thought the chief of staff Momo ana
me wo fa ne de sankamenya on meji party no na on restructure party no but Chairman Sabunsu so be contesting on ko because the woman ko on oppose
on pelu
wouldn't say I don't contest WWE on pesa de no on pesa de no enti sanka Chairman Sabetimi akọ dia na kokọ but ono ebia onko no wache jako de se omukọche no MPP for no fa no by force enko to form sension nsem fa de mara
abra want to me wo ho
daben mi
abra chema want to me
na okay
maminya juba we mra na mene Sarah Amankra NDM combo emra wono part of the research department the African Electoral Institute
me pena semo maminchia nansa me feeling brutal me feeling papa
Sarah Bibia Boko the Electoral Institute
me pena semo maminchia nansa me feeling brutal me feeling papa
yes Sarah Motomenka
Meteo kapa
very well and say yeah ka say I mean polls about every sorting about ya counting ya bibia every so far no provisional result abegina no ye clearly Akwatia attorney green your observation so far na mintio
well so far I'm say counting no so no say kind say do counting near there na basabasa yoba so far so good na ye better Akwatia for nyina se se obia hwe se bibia bekoso boko na yenka se Akwatiafo eni suba na se Akwatiafo ibaba to a obdi basabasa yo ene eba no ye da omase se ne kan wia no ye ka se many police benyi bi kasa pa no che se o ampa omo ofom ho na ejuma mu di nso no omo hwe ama bibia beko boko a ebe wie no ye nti basabasa yo bia nti da police force ase se omdi o se ayoyo na ne o person be no omo yema akosi maybe I do say here.
Generally, Ghana for expect to say, I mean, basa yo kakra because nyama yete hu every by election bia, but clearly said the yahwe free anopa ABC enumere no otwe abo apa hu no basa yo bia no anko. So will you say sir this should be the position going forward? Your call election bia no say unnecessary yetimi conduct your home.
Any day, Becca said we are setting standards for ourselves, and this should be the standard for elections going into the future. And boy, now you say, sa near Ben Debia, not Basabasabia. A democracy net ye queen manuna or minus econim.
But as election watchers, no more you're happy with turnout by any the outcome of the result so far.
Turnout in the as is normal. By elections are in Tanya nipa bebree, and I can say do general election both presidential and parliamentary.
Yes. And
the NPP, so political parties take the step of busing people from their various locations. Maybe I'll be to say no. If you are Akwatia, unso you think can age man say Kumasi na say that Kurufu Froso, and then a working day. Until ye enjoy juma and to hosi ye kwa Akwatia ko to ababa keke. But you know say usually general elections juma bebree emma juma for kwan so mun konko to aba and a party so making sure say they make sure they get the people to their polling centers or their constituency so we ko to maba. This time I'm man by election there if unless we are determined nipa bebree na they go by their own resources nti me sure say enso ka ho nti na usually ye nya numbers bebree.
Well, kojo minim o bibi bisana na.
And the biana me penanya no na me bisana sa question way. Senior, yem sa say ya relegate anything for development to elections. As without elections we can't survive. Is there any means, any strategy, anything as a country we can do so that we may not be always depending on elections for development?
Asana de no one wakano. Say as an electorate, ye ka ho amanfo ne ye ka ho ntina etisa. Say ye koto abana say yi nkrofo so mundi enim na ompre mpuntuo ni development embra ye importem na say omkodu ho a embre pi omkodu ho pe na omrefien. But then them say we have a responsibility, we hold them accountable. At all times we should always ensure say we are holding them accountable. But ye to abani we are na nyina yatiada. Until say the next 4 years, Oba, and again, Oba, but they share out a few things, CDs and items to us, and they are jet to nothing as I could to Abana moment. And see, Yako in the Mian Kai who say, Sikani Niama, a free politicians, a hot Dibiano. We are setting ourselves back. And see, once I had to Abana Mano, from day one, we hold you accountable because who making promises to us, until I to Abana Mano say, we're making sure says, I promise now we're making no. You live up to it. So this time around, the conversation has been say, oh, any a party wa bemuno muntu maye because any bit me dim putu aba. They say Akwatia has turned green.
Yes.
The citizens of Akwatia must hold the candidate or the MP elects responsible and accountable. Says I bo we na o share ni to aba no ma. Nti se ya di eboshe so no ne eboshe na wa share no usu bedi so, and at any point in time we should continue to hold them accountable. Obi can say oh nti in between elections so I to say Musa Dankwa pull never out no. Why wouldn't he be doing things like that intermittently? Yeah, any polls in the yana sikasem suwum. Maybe I don't need resources now, but say citizens never started holding accountable. I'm sure say we'll have people who will be willing to ensure say they be comporting. I know TV3 has been doing it. Omuko places be break or say what are the development needs? What are some of the areas that the things that they are lacking? And say continuously you know holding the political class accountable. I mean GDP say here in China elections and standard development deba. At least Akwatia this time around we didn't see some of the things that ACCA previously said.
Yes.
All of a sudden because by elections yebe acquire yebe never be brave. But this time around the competition has been keen. And see making sure say hold them accountable.
Senior Medase.
Mr. Midas.
Very well. Sarah, my ena was maybe any ebesa ni wedi nkomo biem. Why?
Bateminia.
Very well. And Sarah Mankra ada meneno edi nkomo no na ono he's with the African Electoral Institute and Anumri Yedino Eddie
we're paying too much. I like him. I tell you, I like that young man.
Very solid young man. And say could you akakra collation center hono omo the results ni nyina no akadie sie ni na afei officially no electoral commission ebetimi declare say lawyer Bernard Bediako of the National Democratic Congress ana etimi win seat no but the amount no provisional and he said ekojoka no ashase no Akwatia is green say yeah ka say because of that the kojo say seat that be saying
is NDC seat in the I say Bruno
but Melusi County
you see but the NDC for timu nyomo there I am waiting to see down by imagine some national elections. No, the NDC national organizer.
Okay.
Sebe Yamin na ese Yamin is Sasanensa.
Yamin the Matiso is in the board for general secretary.
Okay.
Yes.
So Yamin be called general secretary there.
Matiso is a medium fin so be general secretary. Oyo de Demeka likely say if quite a back for national chairman. Yes, and then Samidi Mfi may come for general secretary position.
I will be, in fact, Semi 250 quite for na year.
Yeah.
Make a chance say onka general secretary.
50 quite.
Yes.
Na Samidi Mfi ne yami me contest no.
Onka general secretary ho. What am I trying to say? Na one pair will be for national chairman.
For national chairman.
Sure. Same is a fine, refined young man. Why national communications officer and he's a lawyer. He's got a lot of years ahead of him. Unless there's BB, that's why. Otherwise, me, I would advise him to slow down.
Now, uncle for position, bay.
Would he so pa undi ne communications director na. Now, after 2028, you know. Now we're movie call.
A movie called General Secretary.
A movie called either General Secretary or if he wants to go to Parliament, then he can consider that.
Okay.
The NDC needs to be extremely strategic politically.
Because I say don't get here
because
primaries.
Said the we campaign war opposition. A different from what being we campaign. And unti say Yamin and national organizer ni biuma.
Yeah.
Yebehe.
Yebehe ni po beba na.
Yebehe. Me catch with you.
Okay.
Yebehe. As I say, NDC ye extremely extremely strategic. Though 2028 election ya 2 year to the na Sunday no 5 p.m. ya 2 year. Ya 2028 amana we.
Yenya ntwa 1 year.
WWE ya 2 year. Abana ya 2 year. Metro de besi nyina. Ya 2028 abana we. Mahama nkobium nipo bi obedi Mahama de no. Obe reducing Mahama vote no by between 3% to 3.8%.
Okay.
So abeba form. As they say Mahama got 57 something.
Nipe over 1.6 million.
Yes. Nipe bia on a baby share Mahama 9 no. Obeti Mahama vote no so. Eso beti. Kakra. You know, between 3-4%. Obeti so. Basani pa de befem. Beko. Say vote no beti mi akosora che percentage na make so obeti so da. Ebi jomo national organizer so. And once a chairman for ankasa nsheda nya de bia ehu bia. I say no nketia episode oye flag bearer. That is why you saw him very moving visible, moving up and down in the campaign. chairman ankasa de otena fie ne ye pia information ne ba na ote akire na wa friend organizer wa friend general secretary no ma strategize na we mukọ yemfa we nkwa minim why Fifi Kwete would want to be a national chairman but se menya na obetia onkoso nye general secretary na momu ma obia enko ha na dwen what I say
yeah
no ma obia enko ha na dwen na won na war pre chairman no NDC mu dada no ompe mu baako but NDC empe chairman or yes skillful
okay
NDC they should look for a national chairman or yeah brilliant and skillful.
Now, what name a so I'm told, sir, James Kluchavegi, former public accounts committee.
It will not be good for the NDC.
Papa, no,
strategically.
Okay.
Strategically, it will not be good for NDC. So if you have a court, Etna as general secretary, they can have another Votarian as national chairman.
Okay, that's correct. It's two major positions.
Yes, it can. It's been called EMFA.
Okay.
Also, NDC is not like NPP. NDC no a community team. Into Wefiha.
Now Wefiha.
NDC a community team. NPP a community team. NPP a centralized team. And you can even have a national chairman who is an Akan and the general secretary
a Votarian.
An Akan. They don't mind.
Okay, for the NPP.
Yes, they don't mind. Just that say Bakube Fibia Eastern region, never quit Ashanti, no way fear. But to have Fifi so Abia Onko or better was general secretary. Now
James Kluchavegi.
The average is so bad as national chairman. You cannot have them.
EMFA.
Yeah, EMFA.
Because Ocean clearly, and somebody like Guzitano Ewoho, but per the analysis I want to make is here, and Guzin so bad. What it means is a EMFA because you have him coming from the Volta region, Fifi Kwete as well, coming from the Volta region. Guzi would have been a perfect person.
Guzitano would not be bad because he's not been seen too much as an away. What I say? You won't too much as an away, even though nefa ifriho. So Fifi Fiavekote, minim se Guzitano beba dia. Fifi Fiavekote and Guzitano, it will be a dangerous pair, I tell you.
Combination.
Would a day.
But I say Abanga and so beba, so di Mabanga.
First vice. Minu anonka first vice. You see, I don't know how.
They're very young.
Politics no who I was said yet here, and people must see it that way. They don't just, you don't just move from here to there. No. JH means an uncle president Eddie when you know. Went to my flag bearer crown, or the MPD, the senior minister, deep and baby tonight, Adrian. Eti, say no, what we who want EP positions for MPP. NDC didn't shed any TV asa. Say Yamin Beko General Secretary. Nipe to be a matter so many Beko MPP General NDC General Secretary Nibino Yamin Belusi.
I know one way.
Memo.
But when you was any Ghana phone they didn't go.
Yamin Belusi
for General Secretary.
Say Fifian Tiasie. Na Okasa Beko National Chairman, that's a movie honor. That's a Sami Jemfi. Any Yamin contest, Sami Jemfi BT Yamin.
Yamin to General Secretary.
Yes. But
they are also from the same group. The same group. Yes, the same block.
But me no, I would advise Sami say. Untitia break so
on train.
Untitia break so. Titia break so kakra. Enti, womu parties ni mienu ni yina no. the owa sempa se no eye MPP na me hwe names na yi wo muti ba na mo pe national executives na Charlie
and show him cry
oh Charlie bra so yetimi ma Samia Wuku ejai MPD be di general secretary na yeyi a
Can
Samia Wuku be di general secretary
but I don't cross the minimum the country or come DMP or DMP as a
there is or presidential ambition
Ogu
say washa Rollins
Ogu
ono ofemu fala no koe we Rollins friwa in the Fourth Republic nipa undi MP da OD president John Evans at Mills or struggle kakra. That is why Rollins realized that Samema will call contest I will lose because we don't have a constituency.
Yeah.
People don't understand why Rollins could pay at Mills and was so Then yes, Rollins in percent NDC for call presidential primary so. But he realized that Professor Mills only constituency.
To only base.
Only base.
Our party.
You want Crawford on your MP, but our base.
And that challenge may be what Dr. Baumia.
Mo your MP, our base. Me your MP, me base.
Yeah.
What I say? Professor Mills no ni base. Inti Rollins yeah the calculation no say no. Say me man call presidential primary sir. Obe report all. Inti me yanko swedro. Wo de dimachi ye koye ya de ye kwa me ye bibi. What are you going to do? Oh, come on, no page up this say me ni ho a. Kewu wona woko. Rollins a page and sir. Wona me ko kan dey. O founder and leader. I can say when to say. We are no kwatwe na no form. Okay. Eti Mills de no Rollins na boa no twifa sa problem ni na so. Afei edu Alan so no. Alan ne bra wa bra wa MPP mu nyina nyese nkrofo penasemo Alan ni base
because on call
this is the truth. Listen, me pala na sem ya ye adwuma man da, but let me tell you Alan ni base only constituency in the MPP, only constituency.
But I'm sure he should have known this all this years. Yes.
Baumia only constituency. Only base. Saturday wedding. One say time now. Nana do overhaul Baumia from Bank of Ghana. No.
Yeah.
No only base.
Party him.
That people didn't know him. Time na do efa Baumia na be a popular chain Baumia. Even now I'm a popular channel. Just the fact that we're the vice president. Only base. Enti Samia Wuku no a base. Once we did youth organizer.
Yeah.
Why say we're building the CV MPP. He's done a good job. So as an MP, Kojo Ponkroma so presidential ambition. One mun party ni mo mbedi. Kojo Ponkroma Samia Wuku. Omi no mbeba betwe kwan no so. Kojo Ponkroma Samia Wuku. Akura pobiem. Wow. Omo afenyo makin. Afenyo only see the boot. Enye se see you.
Okay.
Enye se see you chire ho obeba. Oh. When you sound not president of it, you don't know.
Another oh yes. Peter Patrick Yabuama.
Patrick Buama. Okay, we hold the side no. Ono so fine man. Enti yenimu. NDC has so yenimu. Ye na be share on kwanta na so.
Obi nso be bo free baby abi.
Na head the strategy was wrong.
Obi nso be bo free baby abi room.
So what would I make sure na say? Also say Ghana for eti ade na se bank kakra say politics na nyesi ka biom. Unlike before. Enti sana agronte. I think say Samia couldn't mean few horse as a member of parliament and be the general secretary. And Kayamanin unopposed. Double a change Jakwan now say Chairman Sabunsu, national chairman, unopposed. Now you're national organizer or or you be a national organizer. Udi ebe na yema no baba ko deputy, bema ba ko deputy. Yema no 2 deputies, baba ko bema ba ko. Oba no onfi Western region. Nanka bema no any of the regions.
Now youth organizer.
Oh, youth organizer there can be anything, anybody. Youth organizer ankasa there. We adwuma so nya adwuma bia hu bia o. Cause youth organizer no national organizer no e kire se kwa ha na woko. What I say? Ha. But I don't know I'm say abanga ninu no.
Obesaba.
Yeah, sure, definitely.
And Dennis Beba.
Well, Dennis. Dennis is obeying aba. Oh, see, you when I sit down and I watch, I can tell say yeni beba. But what is the plan? What's the strategy?
Okay.
You see, winning elections is different from working to win political power for your political party. 2 different games altogether. Are they BT NPP 2020 no 2020 elections na ankasa na da ho no so ye kan lokora pass pa woman na say can run off
2024
2020 asem na make
2020
oh
okay
yeah. That election na wo no in reality obi awone
oh but say unya president too.
Oh chief okay 2000 America elections no Florida so dem dey go see here etoda na yesi gonwa ohu na kwadweno man ho kayu ebeba koma yemra na we koma yaba but what trust na wo hwe resource ni yie pa me declare you MPP for my soldier for 8 eno mbom ho ban obudi nse huna am started say make wo mo draw mo mako samhwe na aka me nko a go for you. But yeah, not coming. So I think that yenya MPP 4 list no. Then we can do a proper analysis. But just on the hindsight, I can tell you, Wuntumi will be the West National Chairman for the NPP.
For the NPP. Very well.
It was already Nankasano. Enyema why you know? Any the one and him no. M1 M1 Ashanti region hono okobelu supoto
Akoka betuno.
Oh, that's a Koka do de facto regional chairman
or train keke
Koka betuno and I said that ngam Koka be the national chairman and now won't mean Ashanti region way na poso yede
Napo
o ma national chairman hey
Napo Macho Poku Prempe oh but so besa about
obeba
running mate
answer
besa fan yes
nkofo be review mu
Napo be running mate oberi
omo pe am so omo period pa o
no ba won say on one the next person but the question is that say utimima Dr. Bawumia a second chance why wouldn't you want to say Obama Napo second chance go you and obviously Obeba na obi yimi asutre say unim bigedu unim no
why
bigedu unim no
MPP bigedu
NDC
bigedu
regional chairman for Western North unim no a contractor, a very astute person. He's the owner of Calf University.
Obeba
national chairman, I'm told. Yes, Opesoba national chairman. And Big Edu so will come for the NDC.
Jimmy Unam the Bob. Oh,
a fine gentleman. A very calm. On pen wasem so Big Edu Beba.
Debio, chairman dear politics here. Umpen was my own yebu. That's all I want him. I will look for him. Also, NDC were a very good position to say.
Yes.
They only have to manage it, no man say no. Because it's early days yet. I feel we try 1 year. Meaning this year as soon. Check 3 years.
Now, conversation I have is for interest.
Sure.
They say I miss me data and the messages are and go for the mamma. Now people are telling me that whether NPP or Mumpio, Eugene Boachenchu is going to be the next general secretary.
Oh no. I don't know.
I've
said it. I've told you, Eugene is a fine gentleman.
Yes.
He only have to manage his temperament.
His anger, temperament.
That's all.
Okay.
He's a fine gentleman. And I also Wabin, Eugene Abin.
And the Jumanu so bet me aye.
Eugene Abin. It's the says Eugene. And the Fifi Kwete Ete Unia TV3 and any other station. So you can feel this encrachesem kakra blowing. You know, you can see it. And you say, Ubi abit try say, wow, shiny ubi be overshadow ubi. Only thing I may time I no. Or check here no we are. He'll be a fine. And despite everything, usually you'll be a ohun we chisitria. Obepe say or nobody can bear. Just that I said that the be some kakra will three moon and abrochino but openipa.
Okay.
What said the Eugene said? Eugene will look at you. So we be pa. We know from outsider. Who near maybe a wunimu. So we be Eugene. We try to make a commodeo. And on can't say commodeo. But one say did the yanko. Say the Eugene here. Jenna did the yanko.
So, Komoya ye no Grofobet to chat tape you over the campaign.
Maybe the mechanical will got me silent here.
Grofo
so farmers about winning election.
Of course.
When Tim so
I say the way you know Komoya ye I mean objectivity unless who ha own pedo.
By any country record so say Chairman Azoka any booker was a boot and talk on
Chairman
one more planning.
One more planning.
One more share
that. Send it
almost share almost share say do omo so omo koye dia pedi
yes
almost share ho enti say wo ye party ni we NPP ni we NDC na ote ho na wadwen yo say wo kokko ho ntoko a jai almost share they plan say ye kwa ye be say share da anyi say ya creating ntoko na yi say da be ya me ko first vice also call first vice party for the better amount no strategy and send to come here see
now obi said the message madam for be or Belgium as the speaker tells Matt that if Napo becomes the next running mate to Dr. Baumia I will come and contest an election as candidate. You see me I don't know how Napo then
you can't rebrand Napo Debbie
Obi a wode na contest.
You see, Napo is actually unbrandable.
O branding Napo again.
You can't
Matthew Opoku
you can't rebrand Napo.
Because you Matthew Opoku
for any political presidential slot in this country. I'm telling you. You see, he shot himself dead. Napo shot himself dead. Who pass the CIA me no say. But then cover form so person or presidential race upon cover form. Upon cover form.
So person oba obelusu.
National Chairman.
Bigedu.
Bigedu. Oh, Council of State.
Council of State member, Western North.
Oh, okay. For National Chairman.
For NDC. National Chairman, NDC. Obewini yo. Bigedu ba obewini.
Obewini, but
we didn't swatch you. So you see, before I beche Western Region Mono, okay, he was one time Western Regional Chairman of the party, and Lucy to Nanatoku again, and Sana 2018, he divided region into two, and he was Ababeye 2-term regional chairman for the Western North. Clearly, no, they say region, no, I think so. Okra 7 out of 8 or so, or 8 out of 9 constituencies in the Western North region, and he. Clearly, no. In the NDC, the microphone at the national level, especially.
Me, mum, dear. NDC executives are on person mobile. I think they need to take their time, screen, and get them.
Okay.
That will also decide whether or yes they'll be able to win 2032 elections or not. But by 2032, not NPP ni NDC, and why time?
By 2032.
By 2032.
The country.
These two political parties, they need to be 101% careful. Otherwise, both parties will go to opposition.
By 2032.
By 2032, year when him here.
Okay.
Assemble two parties in the middle. They know. You think they don't know? They know. They know. They know.
And to want to be alternative, no? I'm a political party.
They know.
And the movement for change, will transition to become a political party.
You see, let me advise.
Chair down so
Alan Mpe Council of State to be non-quiet.
Alan Chemate.
Yeah.
Uncle the Council of State. Oh, go you want to be
Council of State, there's all co-elections are winning. Okay? Alan should strategize. No one thing still. But I think that
the career Nessie.
No, that grace now no was between the president, no.
A free
sir. He should forget it. I'm telling you. He should forget it. No, he should forget it. Aje party si mi no ba kusud mu. Etam ni so we the flag bearer by force. And this Alan should forget it. Me na make catch.
Into a on one party cry and
fair assassin na e friend Ghana na ye te so no ho. Se wunnim assassin yi a. Be mo boss e. Me na make catch. Alan Umpe Council of State be. Mama between yeah, on your Council of State member. And I say, yes, I'm a high commissioner be.
Don't cut in a brooch.
Because I yes, so Ebia also Skabia what the idea. Ebia Alan was Skabi or what, and what person the Bayer politics and qua and Teshi and Fan. But me person be tuneful. Don't forget it. So better party no up a new face there. And a baby born no ankasa. No, I had to say Rollins, Godfather. May a founder, but I have a presidential candidate. Then that will be fine.
Because but I'm told some political party in the Omo share with them. Boniface, one kasa unia Boniface, Ebubaka Sadiq, national chairman for that particular party.
Alan,
yeah, kasa.
Alan Ijina onya 100,000 votes.
Osan Ijina bi emua.
Me say Alan, presidential election onya 100,000 votes. Opa entonchia. 2024 me catch them move here say 90,000 onya. Who say
36,000, right?
Onya say
36,000.
Mo Alan
national organizer.
Alan onya 100,000 votes. Onya 100,000 votes. Onya 100,000. Yeah. Party ni mi no na wo no ho. NDC ni NPP no. Wo mo ye papa ba akoma but from different mothers. Enta ye mujakro na wo mu. Just that say omo no ye necessary because we mamini. That's all. NPP fo an kasa wo NPP mu no. Oma poalan. I'm telling you. And he needs somebody to sit right before him and tell him the plain truth. hwe omapono
I say amnesty or horse say uncle bet me about back.
So oba back there. Say say oba MPP back there. Na say MPP for be penema na ye flag bearer there. He can make an impact.
But it looks as if uncle when people move so uncle your favorite say oh.
But say but say Alan is Akwatia political party after Fafranto yellow. Oh, Atessa. Atessa.
But party there. Go you there party the member. Party
no party there. Party
they are told say Omwate. We are told Omwate party no them.
So MPP no.
What's it?
Any MPP no.
Okay. Enti omo train documentation no. Enti
any movement patriotic party.
Minyan hu.
MPP. Ananya no.
Enti Boniface.
Any the provisional certificate no.
Boniface national.
Ananya no.
The union. Boniface national chairman. Yabo Abia Samoa will become general secretary.
Yabo Abia Samoa dey here dokodi MP no.
Adenta MP. Former Adenta.
Former vice president.
Former Adenta MP.
Oh, former vice president, ni spokesperson.
Former vice president there here.
No. Yeah, you are spokesperson. And you're now okay.
General secretary. So there.
And
Owia na Solomon Usu Ababe national communication director. Na if be Hopsina Doye should be national organizer. Na omo sheshe ne saako nanka adenta kumida so ho nanka the national youth organizer ne dia man but say no ono afri ho aba be di ba wo me achi enti youth organizer no they may want to look for somebody new but Alan so running mate ni wo ho enti at any point in time
well it's good political parties no be anyini to be anye bibi but
don't want to show them na make a show.
Boss, let me repeat.
Kojo
Alan ye flag bearer. Onya 100,000 votes.
Iti manen kontuni sikengu.
Oh. Yeah. Urim say ye di kufu echi no. Ye de ne Alan. Ye ne ye pa Alan. Me catch no plane. But sa grace na the president no efi Alan nsem me na me catch you eko
but say grace ne kwa how would the grace no come back at the time obe join the NPP and NDC
say ya mete hey na obite baby ebia o kan news crowd radio station be wa hunu so na say Captain Smart ni ho so me koye paache u free preko pe pause a moja be tu ade a part in the yala na eya I'm telling you and near my call Alan Kojo Chamatin eni no say say e kan nyina wa bonten a wan hwe nipa bi ho a wo hia wo abonten wo chia kra wo kra wo nje so Alan was maltreated, malhandled and a lot but necessary coming
not in a party name
me na catch he aware bia a che no it takes two foolish people to stay married. It takes two foolish people to stay married. I'm telling you today. It is a unyanya for me no pe aware no begu.
Obi ani ate.
Aha. Nse nyansa for me no nware. It is a two fukura aware say so ese ba koye kwasea. Enche se koye kwasea sebe. Na ade no eya. He. When ma say wo catch treje ekufo. 1998. Prime Minister no. Na no JH Mensa. JH Mensa oye kufu akonta wanka che kufu so rotten cassava. Obie na no ne se bia sa patam. Nsema na yes wakunta. Wunu ba.
Nikunu.
But then they say after elections, Kufuor GHM as a senior minister. Nsema na no company kafa Kufuor. It was plain insult. You just do baby 1998 do baby no nasanka nasanka na but was no woman ankasa Kufuor ankasa no adwo akoma me election what did he do Nanado attorney general about foreign affairs minister disrespect name insult ne sa nneema ni nyina echi no Kufuor meneye eti nneema ni bi wo ho a eya pa ba de sese wo mene nneema mo mo ya ala no me sese me ka bi wa fidie so abeka so kojo we de anya no kore na ebi eya but na sese wo mene because that was the trying political moment of Alan Chamatin.
But when Timi and sustaining.
When Timi and manage, you want sustaining po. Ena Marizani Masaba Masako
Oba Samba
Oba Hin Oba Party Mobile Masaba NPP Alan Masako NPP.
And I don't know about any of the political parties, okay.
Office MPP before Bejino. No my
amnesty.
No my flag bearer.
More grantee amnesty. Enti say okay. Or no assessment no pair.
Enti
me as I
enti Osankwa no could position me.
Na position baby no pair.
Say amnesty. So my grantee amnesty no.
Yes. We need 2 years, sir.
NSC
contested.
NSC ya me no ka say. Alan we say. Alan only 60 only anya fe we 50. Enti udi 2 years ah. And now bet we have contested for another position.
Yes.
Tiefan say Alan was 70 ah. Ti say ka say sir Alan Chamatin e was 70 years ah. What then are you saying? Are we saying sir Alan on some after 2 years and was contested ever hen? How is that going to be possible? So amnesty ya create say will be ambrasa the your vote to me and Kosoro. But Alan will never return to the NPP. Okay. Say Alan move to me and 50-60,000 votes. Oh 2028 election. They should concentrate on just one region. Yako Kumasi me catch them almost say Alan owned me shatter MPP votes in Washington region. It is rather NDC and a bit dissipate MPP votes in Washington region. Now, before we bring to myself, when your political science lecturers and Adam say, yeah, and your book politics na make camp ground
from there.
Alan owned me shatter MPP votes or baby owned me. Because NPP votes are consolidated, are static. NDC votes are dynamic. Parties remain no one. You must know them and how to deal with them. NPP votes are static.
They are the money, yes, sir.
Sada Suditie, meant to be mentioning now. I am party independent for the BB to me drab lie. NDC votes are dynamic. It's me movie. It is a we are what we say. Who say who breaky MPP voter? Aji NDC ne bit me breaky. Alan, won't mean breaky MPP votes. I'm telling you. Onya say
36,000.
The whole country. Now me cross to me morning show. When you pay 20,000, hear me. Peter, me you if you had 20K. 20K. Nipa 20,000. We want to do music koto data. Nobody ever hear me. Now whole Alan Chamatin onya 36,000. And do bad to my constituency. So onte party no na onye the brain behind it non penkro fonko because Alan of 2028 only 100,000 votes super into chair because 2028 abana ya 12 ya on Sunday 5 p.m. They says to 2028 abana ya 12 ya we to ya on Sunday ya twem ya 5 p.m. Obesa wotimu asempa Prophet small boy bi okrum ha ya friend Uche what did that?
Yes.
Ko hwe na obeka abato no mu asema kire wo ya 12
all right
ala no nya 100,000 2020 to nya 100,000 na we nya ye no sofo
Trabosum nya ye
be nya no 2020 no
yeah
na ka ya ala ya near the zeros no be 2 bi aka ho akoranim na kwa wetibia be ye a decider but 2020 elections no NPP for a boalan buga wodem but wahu na do mo bod buga e wodem wahu prime minister no nya say check it in terms of percentage what do you say Canada Japan ya dey chen Alan
oh yes
okay Trasra yes. In the time I'm say ye nua pani ba ko am pese mebu ni din na ye so ye pollster o se dey o krum ha me mbo bi adin o
my benefits
minim
benefits
I don't know minim so ye pollster na ba o me ba win election we na Alan be ya de power chantage me se da no me stress
a benefits now can
me mo bi adin me come asem
na se process e okrum ha dey anymore
and I was like Alan many hopes are yet have me catch say 90,000 votes grow Alan don't break MPP votes e wa Shanton region because MPP ma catch some votes no e static e consolidated NDC votes e dynamic. Anytime I catch say NDC for no NDC I can say election winning machine. Alan didn't mean break NDC votes. I will vote region da on to me.
but I say or no your favorite or
On to me
in the voter region
or no your favorite. I will voter MPP.
okay
Time and not contest ne kosomo. Aha. Sankalan
but not
Belidi.
general election
Sankalan Belidi MPP. 2008 no 2008 Kufoko no Sir Alan Baya MPP and co-position because let me tell you Sankaye Alan Ena Eka just 20,000 votes Kafarijan the best also
okay
oh bra elections are 2 okrom ha no ebia no aye free and fair aya ye kan okrom ha the election to be born in Papa to work, pick up bucket to Popo no free fair ni. And so I wouldn't say as figures.
when they say see but
Opa man penny paper says here. Natural 301 mam says here, I mean chowa di ha. Opa for penny paper bra. So 301 member figure for forces here.
well you be on go that way there
Enti
I don't pay me samba
ye catch ye bra pedi me kura me wo fa no me papa do no say ote party na oma obi fufuro
in lead
no ntreche
but as it stands no one betimi aye say adwuma
oh no dey ye wo asem the next party that fufuro be kan was a convention people's party
CPP
I'm telling you
omo dey say egu ana
engu ye
e da so ho
CPP engu yo
mo ho
CPP engu yo CPP engu yo
na way
CPP engu yo CPP engu yo CPP Enguyo.
Na kojo party the way.
CPP Enguyo.
Leadership na way.
Okay. Some say egu.
I say ye nti o monka bi.
Ye ka say
CPP ne hwan
ye can return say. Return.
So obi san ba ana bibi san ba.
Okay.
But say what you to say egu no.
Debut ye ka say return. Eche say.
Bibi a san ba.
Bibi a ababium. Enye say san ba. Ababium.
Eno no ceremony e dey.
Enguyo
CPP. When you CPP say at high party, you say Ghana ni bi aso be ka say CPP dey say go.
Hwe. Problem a CPP nya ye say. Leadership and was CPP to 2024 elections no. Woman ti CPP sunsum na say. CPP spirit bi wo. One Kasa National Executives na no mu party headquarters oni na no bi antiase. Because about to send an NDC for the country CPP party headquarters. Omo rent ma omo.
And na just a party na egu nipa nim.
Engui.
Na nipa na mo dey party.
One no mu dey anim no mo nti CPP sunsum na se. Now they train abi hu.
CPP.
Wo dey train.
The boys in the say for running mate to uncle.
Yes, a man co.
And then you see it.
They see and say.
When you go, no, why you matter to us even before running mate answer when you. And then you see it. Say,
do baby no.
Those boys in this.
No, me trouble be
matter to
about the political prostitution of the Convention People's Party.
Okay.
It trouble be about that. Because said they should stop the political prostitution. Because they do baby no. Na CPP party the train NPP. Fremont Pare. So be more musical campaign.
Chief of staff.
What them John say? And I was like, really?
That's a party didn't get resourceful. Nipa nim, sika nim. I mean, nipa ne woman no
sika.
Omo nye resourceful. Na campaign yes can idea.
What pap my CPP position in of which very soon we won't go for this sika by kwa CPP. What do you say? It is the most popular but silent political party in Ghana. CPP is popular than NDC. CPP is popular than NPP, but it is silent. Because every single individual in this country in CPP, just that it is silent. So, make strategies no ha.
The next flag bearer of the CPP.
Me your family.
Captain Kojo Smart.
Me your family no. Asema MPP for catch Mame Sapon Kuma say. So I for Captain Smart to running mate there. Yeah, ma sika in campaign. Mumu sansa mo.
Oh, asema mo catch
for
2024 election.
Na me kasma mi so asema me kensa ma bobodin. Me am di wom no no wan di wom. Say yeah, ma sika in campaign. Unya draw. Na also pesika to kwa ya campaign. Nti do baby na CPP ni ye WhatsApp campaign. Facebook.
Enti musika na amba.
Some eti
yes that mo send the blood.
Some we your number there you do amount
broadcast messages.
Now we pa onya scan quote data why you do amount obedo no say.
We na person for the winning election.
They be said in 2024. So I say CPP
broadcast messages.
Eti and I'm sure they didn't say no. Me to asa no. Me mpese me enti wo shine be yira. I'm saying mpebe mo de ho na mo kope sika koye mo campaign
mo ko jemra
but there shame in say e UP fo ya na say CPP enye this na say CPP o se Kwame Nkrumah nkrofo yenum sei sa nkrofo we ye corner sei am prepare embobo ya chi anye ye den ani sia ya ankan sia ni ma ya mpam Nkrumah efio mem ha ka CPP njija sei na we nyina chino ha na say ye twen NPP mana finance CPP as it me a campaign
bakojo unim saadie we nyina Unim history way, any track record way, and then I will call joining UP tradition.
Me NPP party card way.
And I know one also NPP ni.
And I'm party card way.
Na me na obizame.
Aha.
Ente way.
Kufo so ba Rollins hakakra. No NDC ni.
Yes. Obedi position cry.
That's right. No call here. Kwame Nkrumah oko UGCC. Ebe wu UP. Ofimu na bete ha. Nti ukusuon no hu msuban na no ba back. So what did I make sure that say? Kwame wengu UGCC no nim nyansa chen won nyina.
Wengu UGCC no.
Wengu no sorte no.
Obi a wo abrochire a party yet won ka ho. Ya be for abedi general.
So ba so ejem.
Now by wa bete ho
abedi. Oba so ejem. Na ma jam UGCC amamo. Na mo egu no. Me twe mo na mo gu no.
So wo twe dom ko.
Dabi na minim nyansa nka dom ni di machi. Minim nyansa nti. Me free station bi na me the audience ko. Cause who presenter no better no we and I say hello honorable Debbie. Anya hello honorable bon. Oh Peter Lazarus. Anya hello honorable bon you assembly.
Njebuni ne dey.
So what I say? Let me feel UGCC no. Ana me do na permanent di mention am do ma dey boy. It eya me ya be see na say look, if the CPP will even flirt with any political party.
Not the NPP.
Not the NPP. If the Convention People's Party will want to go into political prostitution, it should never be the NPP. Because time BS CPP, any MPP be called Nakrana no. Party the vote the timber from or except for all.
It will say CPP no be sorry beam.
Typical one 1992. What happened? The then national chairman of the CPP or make a pronouncement GBC. So on the another for the Professor Dubois then a top party. Then a top party. Huh? The only time a CPP who be ya kono kakra 2000. But let me tell you what happened. And it was J.S. Kufuor's decision. Say MPP and contested because let me tell you, and then I can't win. Say 2000 elections no. Maybe a call ya buy ya, and maybe a call rule ya buy ya. You feel from buy and Mulman can't say Mubian contested. Elembele Mugabe. I was our constituency. People don't understand. Don't forget, say, our constituency. So, may catch on the plane. To me, be here, Juma, baby. To me, power be here, Juma, baby. Soon be here, Juma, baby. Utia. Now, when I know why I cannot, but Nipani TF BB or from Bontuku to Mali, from Mali to Singapore, from Singapore, Senegal, from Senegal to Togo back to Ghana. Then Kufuor said that no way. We'll be uncontested. Yenja Kwame Nkrumah Sambra. Bankrofo Antiase. NMA Elembele Mugabe. Edibedi MP. Meboa. Sesai. On the sea. 2004. CPP ye imagine say on do monte ma better MPP who then a two party no ko check record no. She Professor Heye and then encounter 2008 Pako si new nkro ko hin ofi ha no be se ko PPP then encounter for sa wonim se ya me no ka say se Kufuor ka cho se ne honhom mpa de we wo party MPP mu a ese nipa trans no mo twene ho no mo jai Kwame Nkrumah ante se we asi be say manyame so be bo fofora he would never like the UP tradition. It is a way CPP near. You don't have to sell the image of the CPP to UP tradition. No, don't do that. Because Obiano Waye MPP leader, what can't say Papa for Kwame Nkrumah? J. Kufuor, the later Sante Himana catcher say, Ye Kwame Nkrumah. So we need some Papa be and camp, 10 years. As far as Sante Himaka, Nafia could be amping. Or say, Nana, where could I? Aya unye duane abrembi. Or say ye Kwame Nkrumah no so wunya asem papa bia nka mfa ne ho a nka asem bia so mfa ne ho Kufo 8 years what is all Kwame Nkrumah asem da o kana no tum what the Kwame Nkrumah di I'm telling you political career away that's what I'm telling you napo wa kana tukuta o pa onum petrol krum he no be ne enhohoro kuta ne da wa kana tukuta menam ka che
enti mo Kwame Nkrumah no statement
that statement alone
akele na po
I don't know what 7% if you vote mu Adana na po bia na no na NPP lose election no na po na ma lose kan you 7% straight because Makacho said CPP is the most popular but silent political party Ghana ni bia your CPP ni o ba obi a trend da CPP
abe rising
be unity every ho na fe ye hu se CPP unity na ye na ye koro no enti no yen ko fa ye ntema nkota UP fu hu biom so ate ba bia so mo se aka 9 pe ye CPP aka 60 ya jetum ba ye 60 na ye pe no se ye sori a ebeba ntema chen 9
I see.
But Convention People's Party enguye
Ebesaba. Well, I was say why that was it. Anyway, na yatile mo ache. As I said, yes, sorry. Na yetuwe de say. Enti Akwatia by election no die kosi ya no now. Lawyer Bernard Bediako is the newly elected member of Parliament for a year. The Akwatia constituency in a by election and fiercely contested one. Enti ma yemfa wonsi onua free aropa ana ye ne o ehya se JB any team no e buy and which you know new team no buy at the 12 billion new said bro and which ni be so mo yatene mo to this time as I said yes sorry so na anopa yasan so anyway share bim kodwo beba match so na we share me e wo yensempa so on 95.1 kodwo ma yen sorry so
ne ti ma yenda obi ase na kachalan se sika kakra ho no onfama nana no mu me kan kure na cheo
enti mo amoje bre e hwe ye etie ye live on radio nyina no ye da was
me dey ma minchia Kobe Asante Kotoko no 248 to abebio Ira I love your silence and Yamishao nipa mienu na ekontokwa betwe minu na ebetimi akọ se me metu no blow no so on to bia hwan na eko ye chime ye beka cho se me assault no nipa mienu na eko ti ma ba konko ma ne nkoso nkosa
koyo
I'm tutu mi me
osia my phone say have a good night I don't be any anopa any share
okay chana na ma be
Fabe also or chana no
chana pa mail it
who be late and I do messy bo abisi sabri goyo who be late na do me atine bo abisi and me abisi anopa
media general pressure no
me po no see am ko be
we dey say am no ka say TV station be happen
be happen exactly
media general pressure no wo buy wundi 1 year me matem from 2021 first June tama me ba ha na yete bia bank onwa so stools yede me ba fia bia bank onwa no o ti so free wo sa bia bank onwa na sisi a e ma tre yede me she
anyway we producer now I was say about now I say yeah they was see enti adom ye ne a ochina no pa e be san so anywhere there share bien good night enjoy the rest of your evening
Onya TV, you're gonna want power. Onya TV, you're gonna want power.
Ago Ganaman, within some defricua, a Jumakuan chain and mammo. Yet qua Mr. Baye, Muji to Mukama, after the Fofraba, qua plus mixture and a qua empty mixture. Qua mixture, a bois, amonipiduena hodeno, na qua plus mixture, into a bow immune system for qua mixture and the qua plus mixture for bois pumude. Afenso, yedi malaria drop atashi abedwaso. Yedi the qua empty mixture. Qua mixture, qua plus mixture, and qua empty mixture, enye ma pimfo, e ma omu ma kola no fo. Eni nkola, omundi mfie dumienu. Hwe se, why a test? I chese o malaria mo wanu bi e wo mojemu. Ansa na wafa qua empty mixture. Opedudu etu.